stayed really small that night, and it wasn't all that warm because there was a lot of really small things that we could break in half with our hands. And I want to know if any of you pastors or lay leaders in churches ever feel under-equipped for the role of ministry that you play in your church, much like I did building a campfire. And if you do, I want to invite you to be a part of some of the things that we do here at the MVI that you hear about in the weekly emails or at conferences like this, like Get Connected or like City Synergy. So if you're looking at page 9, where John directed you, coming up here in just a few weeks is an event called City Synergy. And the job that we see as MVI staff and the role of events like that are to help equip you. City Synergy is your axe so that you can better build the campfire in the kingdom. So we want you to be not only involved in these things, but we want you to help us craft them so that we are touching on points that you the points of ministry that you need. In other words, I did not need a tent that day. I had a tent. I didn't need food. We had that covered. I had a camping stove. I needed an axe. So John and George are going to come up here for a second, and you, as you walked in, helped us create a little survey. Okay. So this is. There we go. All right. This is called scatter plotting. What we're trying to do is provide for you an axe if that's what you need. But if you don't need an axe, if you need a tent, that's what we want to give. This is what City Synergy's job is for. It's to take the weaknesses that we have together, expose them, right? Because we don't want to be weak in those areas, do we? You want to have an axe if you need an axe. So what we're going to do in the coming years is to take some data like this that you have provided for us really simply at the back, and our goal is to take these negatives in children's programming and turn them into positives. So when you see City Synergy come across your email list or you hear about it from another pastor, we're hoping that we are meeting some of these weaknesses that you have, so that in a year, some of you would come and say, we are excelling at website and our online presence. We are doing a great job now of engaging local and international missions partners, all thanks to City Synergy. So I needed an axe that night. And then the next morning when it was really cold, I needed an axe. And you all have told us you need some help with children's programming. And you've heard from Dawn just a second ago. Say October 17th is your opportunity to begin excelling in children's programming with a conference that she's having. We heard some people say that their website and their online presence is lacking. And the most of it is 16 negatives in social media presence. And I want to tell you something that's great about City Synergy. We have actually already had one on social media. And I've benefited from it personally. And so I can almost guarantee you that in the coming months, you will see something that the MVI will do with regard to social media. And we hope that the 16 people who put minuses in that category will be there, because we want to give you an axe. Thank you. Yes, we will put this back on the back table as you leave with markers. So if you would like to put down some of the areas where you feel weak or under-equipped, please mark those with a minus. And then if there are areas where you feel you are equipped and strong, put those as a plus. Don't only put minuses, because you need to feel encouraged about the things that God has already worked in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. We come to the time when we want to recognize new congregations, new pastors, new ministers that are currently that come to our church, to our association in the last year. If you're a brand new congregation, you may have been introduced already, or if you have come to serve here in our territory in the last year, would you stand first? Would you stand? We have more than that. Pastor Alex, would you stand, please? Thank you. Pastor Sang, thank you. All right. We don't have a portable microphone, but I want to ask you guys to introduce yourself if you could, so we can pray for you. Yes. We do have a portable mic, okay? Kevin, why don't you be the person to hold it and bring it to each person that's standing. Let them introduce themselves. Oh. Do we have that? Do we have that mic? Or no? No, just making sure it's low. Here we go.
1, 2, test 1.
We are from the Church of Christ, Evangelist, Alex Chi and Alignable.
Siloam Baptist Church in Brooklyn. I went to one of their baptism services. They baptized 92 people in one service. Praise God. Fiona?
My name is Kiani Chan, and I'm with New Jersey Chinese Baptist Church, and this is Grace Lerm and James Lerm.
My name is Jean-Francois Saint-Paul from First Evangelical Baptist Church of Harrisburg. We've been there for 2 years. Monday, October 5th to Sunday, October 18th, we're going to have 2 weeks of revival. We're inviting you to come to praise the Lord with us and pray with us. And we start the church with 6 people. Now we worship about 50 or 60 people. We ask you to pray for us.
Matthew Hoskinson, the First Baptist Church in the City of New York.
Albert Camacho from Hawaii, moving here, God willing, to be the new pastor of Rockland Baptist Church, otherwise known as The Rock.